Okay, we're going to do some game playing. It will take a while to load. We've got a little quote here from JFK. The narrative of the game is all built around military secrecy. What does military secrecy mean for society? Asking the big questions in this. Okay, right. I'm going to skip through this stuff. Basically, there's been a disaster zone in London of the future, a futuristic city. People are trapped underground, and you have to go in and rescue them. So let's go. This is a tutorial FMV. It's a minute long. I'm going to skip it. If you want to see it,
drop site identified. Over.
Same with this.
Okay, pilot, it's up to you down here now. Remember, you have to aim and shoot at the same time.
Okay,
also,
so first things first, as he said, you can shoot and you have a shield. So let's just look at that straight away. Shoot and aim, it's a twin stick game. I have a shield which I can also aim to protect myself at any point. That will kind of deflect everything. Let's look at the mole menu. Now the game's built on mutation. So you can see here that down in this card, if you look on the graph, these guys are currently stacked to have a fairly tough hull, a fairly tough weapon, but they move quite slowly. So I'll need to move quite fast around them to dodge the bullets, but I'll need to pile quite a few in to kill them. For the purposes of demonstration, I'm just going to restart and hopefully get a different character build out. So you can see now it's generated enemies that have quite weak weapon, a very weak hull, but they move quite fast, so they might be quite tricky to lock onto. So this mutation gives a different experience every time, and as the player plays a run, there are a number of different baddies that get introduced, but they can be, what would you say, permutations. They can be stacked in so many different ways, so many different shooting patterns, that it can create quite different choices for the player. So the whole game is really built around that sort of mutation concept. So let's go in and have a look. Already, but we won't pick a lot of support. Now that guy's got a much tougher hole, because 40% of the population are chimeras, and we've done it like that so there is some variation from session to session. So 60% will conform to what the intel that you see, 40% will not. Now I know he would have mentioned in that, and that just leaves this guy. I heal myself a little. Go.
This is a rescue.
Now I pick up my first survivor.
This is a rescue.
So
Please remain calm.
now I can fit 5 in here, but the goal is to get them to a drop-off point. Now this is salvage that I pick up from killing the baddies, and I need salvage to upgrade my character build as I go through the game. So in this map mode here, I can see that I entered the zone at this point, and that I need to explore to the right other rooms.
point available.
Now, I would really go through and kill everything, or I could speed run. So if I speed run it and I don't kill them, I don't get the salvage, so I can't upgrade. And that's going to create a lot of problems for me later on. Now you can see above me now, I've discovered through more luck than judgment that this is the evacuation point. So I'm just going to go up here and drop him off.
Proceed to extraction vehicle.
There we go, and some XP is now in the bank. So even if I'm killed, I have that towards future upgrades. Let's just go take a look at those a second. This gives me my rank, my security clearance. We've looked at that. So you have a number of defensive and weapons, so offensive upgrades. They have different mods and different levels of each mod, so you can unlock those and then they get proceduralized into the world. So you will upgrade differently every time you play. Here, there's a whole codex here on what you're supposed to be doing.
The London City facilities are a subsection
the nature of the world you're in. Why people really want to geek out, they don't want to read this stuff. But the story is it's not mandatory, and I don't think it should be in a game of this type. There's whole loads of intel as you go through the world. Stuff like
Marshal
this you
Crawley.
pick up, and you get
Below is the
prompted
requested
to
inventory.
into it when
I've
you
sectioned off
collect
those
it.
you don't want Olga Everett to
However,
know about. In line.
Again, if people don't want to dwell on that stuff, they don't have to, but it certainly adds to the immersion of kind of going through this underground base and discovering what's happened. You go in here and get the proper visual file. Switch to the laser.
This is a rescue.
Cutscene. That's how we can get all the salvage.
Exit tunnel located.
You get the idea that there are a number of different sized rooms, and it's really up to me how much I explore, how much I upgrade, and what I choose to pick up. This is the other thing, I can dig through the earth. Now it's up to a player how much they want to dig, and play conservatively in order to explore new areas and find new entrances. I've just found a workshop. Now this is where I can upgrade. And this gives the player different choices. So if I've unlocked stuff in the metagame, which I do by collecting survivors and then spending the XP, those upgrades for the mole will be found in here. I can also buy more repair packs, that would be useful. Wall cutter sharpeners, etc. More ammo. Using the salvage that I pick up off the dead baddies. So certain walls in the game, they're not all grade 1, they go up to grade 2 and 3 in the later levels. The survivors in there are worth more XP, and so you need to sharpen the drill face in order to get through. And do that as so. What I'll do now is I'll go back here, and we'll just go to the next world. And you'll see as we do, we now have bombers to deal with. So they'll have a different AI setup and be stacked also in a different way. And the fighters have now decided to mutate and upgrade their engines even further and their weapon. So they're still quite weak, but they're going to be quite dangerous and fast.
There's some tougher
So
walls.
that will be the point in which, you know,
Use
the
a wall
upgrades
cutter
that I
shit
choose
in
to
order
apply to the
break
mold, it would
Remember,
be wise
rescuing
if I chose
survivors
ones that reflected that.
Captain, it's harder to reach areas.
But here we just have one bomber. Now you'll see he's now become resistant to heat. So I need to choose something that does a different type of damage. Let's go for chemicals. So that's an easy first kill in this new zone. I need to heal up a bit.
Get away!
Hiding it. Let me escape the bomb.
Rescue. Please remain calm.
So yeah, you can see how things go, and you can see now the need to sharpen the drill in order to get through here. So I think I've got a sharpener. And now that becomes accessible. So we can go through there, or we could just go above. But I think we'll go through there.
Extraction point available.
And this is where me not getting salvage and speedrunning the last zone has now not paid off one bit, because now I have no salvage to go and buy more bullets to help me win against you. I'm just going to let him kill me now, and I'll just show you. Right.
Whole unit lost.
For now. So I can restart the run and go back and try again. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to the hangar. You can see I've got some XP in the bank. So I can go to mole research and boost up a number of different areas. My scanner capability might be a good one. Unfortunately I don't have any more XP now, but then there are a number of different weapons. There are loads of different things I can do to really turn up the heat. You can look at the different medals I've won. Here, I think they're all bronzes so far. And that's essentially the game. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we'll be back with more soon.